truck, headed to church, testing out the brakes, and so far so good. So seems like we did everything right. So today, once I get back home, I will begin doing the back drum brakes. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys here in a little bit. All right, so back at the house, got everything set up, got all my parts, the brakes, all the components that go with them, and then the truck here. Gonna do the rear, both sides, and again, as mentioned yesterday, just go ahead and loosen up your lug nuts and go from there. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so we got the lug nuts loose, and now we're just gonna lift the truck up and we'll get the tires off. Okay, so we got the truck lifted on the jack stands, on the jack, and now we'll continue to pull the tires off. Okay, so now got the tires off, and here's what the drum brake looks like that's on there. So we'll get this off, get the other one off, and we'll get going on the replacement. And I'll bring you guys with me so y'all can see me taking it off and everything. So be right back. All right, so taking off the drum brake. This is the back right side. So we're taking off the drum brake. And when you're taking it off, and notice it's kind of hard to pull off. There's two little holes here, one here and one here. Get you a bolt or screw that'll fit in there, and give it a few turns on both ends, and you'll be able to pull it off. So I'm gonna set you guys up, and you guys can watch the process. Okay, so I already put my bolt in, unscrewed it, or screwed it in, everything, loosened up the drum brake. So now I'm just gonna pull it off and show you guys the inside. Alright, and here is your drum brake. This doesn't look too bad, just real rusty and everything, so, well, no, I take that back, pretty bad in there. All right, so you can set that to the side. And this is the inner workings of your drum brake. So as you can see, my pad is actually really thin. So it's a good thing I'm changing them out. All these components in here I'm gonna have to clean off. They're all pretty caked on there with a bunch of old rust and dirt. So all right, let's continue. You're gonna start by taking off this little spring right here. Grab either some pliers or something, and you just want to unhook it from this little lip here. So we're going to start with that. All right, so we're going to start off by taking this spring here. Grab some pliers or something beside your hand that'll help you grab and pull this thing, because it is pretty tight on there. So yep, that's why you want something good. All right, so start with the spring, take it off, be careful. One thing to note is either take a picture of your setup in here or leave your other side on. That way you have something to go off of if you forget how to put it back on or whatever. So, all right, so once we got the spring off, this guy here, you're gonna then take off this little horseshoe looking guy, or this little lever looking guy. Keep him to the side. I don't know if our kit came with the new ones or not, so we're just gonna hang on to these for now. And then you can go ahead and loosen up your brakes if you can. Just give it a little pull. There you go. You're gonna take this guy off, set him aside, and then you got these little, well, you might be able to see it from there. No, you can't. This little spring thing here on both sides. We're gonna take those off. Be careful with those. Again, take your pliers, pull them out, and just be careful. All right, guys, so as I'm editing this video, I realized I didn't throw any kind of warning specifically on this part of the video. As you can see, I am messing around with what I call a horseshoe spring. Looks just like a horseshoe. It's a big spring-loaded deal, and it has a lot of tension on it. And I didn't throw any kind of warning, but I do want to throw in this. Be very careful where you place your hands when messing around with this part. It has a lot of tension, as I said, and it can be very harmful if your finger gets caught in the wrong spot. The only reason I say that is because later in the video you will see I almost take off my fingertip with this component there. And so I just want to throw that warning out there. Be very careful where you place your hands when doing this replacement. You utilize any tool you can and try to not use your hands as much as possible. Anyways, stay safe, and let's continue the video. Alright, so I got that one out. So this pad is actually going to hang because you have your brake spring here. I'll show you. You have your brake spring right there. So we'll get that undone here in a second. Now you can take off your little horseshoe looking spring. All you gotta do is lift up a little bit, come out, and you're good. So now we're gonna work on getting this this spring unloaded, and I'll show you guys how to do that. Okay, so you can tell there is this little bullet looking head. It looks like a little screwdriver Phillips head. What you're going to want to do is take a flathead here and kind of wedge it out and down at the same time, and that'll loosen it up and allow you to take it off. So let's see if I can get it going here. Stay there. All right, so I got mine down up under there, What you want to do is give it a little pull. And your spring will come out. And your bullet thing will stay right there. This is your brake line. So, let's clean this up a little bit. Real dirty here. Just clean it up, and then we'll continue moving forward. So, I'll be right back. Alright, got my brush here. Give this a good clean. You don't want none of this getting on your pad. It's real dirty. Alright, got it cleaned up. Now I'm gonna go grab all the new stuff. It looks like my kit does come with new parts and everything, but I'm gonna set this to the side just in case. So I'm gonna go grab that stuff real quick. Be right back. Okay, got my parts here. And got my drum brake. Obviously this will go last, so I'm gonna set that to the side. Alright, and I got all my brakes here. So yeah, let's go ahead and open these up, grab one, and show you guys how to put it on. Alright, so here is new brake pad compared to the old brake pad. So yeah, there's that. This will be going on the left side here. And this guy will be going on this side here. Generally, this side's gonna be kind of tough to put this bullet looking guy back in here, the brake line. So you want to be careful, but you also want to get it in there. So we'll let's see what we can do here. Alright, so what we may have to do is go loosen the brake line, and that way we can pull it through here, which I think I'm going to go ahead and do, because this is just being a pain in the rear. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Let's set the brake pad up here. I'll take you guys with me to take a look at how to loosen up the brake line. Okay, so if you go to the left side of your truck, otherwise you won't find it. So it'll be over here on the driver's side, kind of up under where your back tire is. You kind of want to move up the body a little bit, and it'll be right up under here. So right here. So right up under. Right now I'm under the back side of the passenger door. This is your brake line here. The top one, I believe, is the one that goes to the right side of the truck. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull this a little bit, give it some slack. We're gonna pull this line out. That way we can have enough slack to go that way with it. So I'm gonna set you guys up this here and see if I can get this out for you. Alright, so it's just easy as that. You take out some slack in your line and you pull it through that hole there, and you're good to go. So now we can go back to the brake and figure this out. Alright, so what you want to do now that you got the brake line loose is pull your line out a little bit, and should be good to go from here. Take your spring, run it over your little bullet guy, and then you want to run your spring through this little hole here, this little tunnel. Put my finger in there, maybe right here. I'm going to run your spring through that, so it'll hold it in place. All right, push your spring through, maybe, and then whilst that's going through, your bullet is going to come, and you want it to line up right there. You can take your screwdriver and you just want to pull it up into this little groove here. So just like that. We're gonna take it, lift it up. Oop. Take it, lift it up. There we go. And now it's in there. So you can push your spring through, push your brake line through, and we'll go back on the other side and take out the slack in the brake. Your brake line, this is what we pulled to cut some slack. So now we're gonna pull the slack out, pull it back, and then we're gonna put it back onto here. So, let's see if you guys will be able to see that. All right, so got it back in there, the top here. Again, just push the head through the hole and just angle it up and run the line through this little notch here, and you're good to go. Go ahead and open up your parts bag. Take your spring here, go up under, and the same way you took it off, you're just gonna hook it in your spot right there, just like that. All right, you can fold your pad up, flip it over, and set it up in your little groove there. Take your other pad, and with the notch side, you can see this is just round here. With your notch, that's going to go up onto the back side of this here. Alright, so then you're going to Alright, so it'll be a little tough, but get your little tongues in there inside these little grooves, both sides. You want to get your spring in here, hold it in place, and you want to make sure that this new spring deal here is inside of this groove, because that's what kind of keeps it tight. Anyway, all right, let's continue. All right, so you're gonna take your new deal here. You're gonna put this bigger side, well, this side with the notches here, that's gonna go on the right side. You're gonna put the piece with the big notch in closest to the truck, and same with the other side. You're gonna put the piece with, I guess, the smaller lip there closer to the truck. And what you're looking for is you want it to be pretty tight in there. Okay, so here I said to make sure it was tight. You don't want to make sure it's tight. Here in a little bit, you'll see me start screwing away and just keep tightening the crap out of it. You don't generally want to do this because later you'll find that the drum brake will be kind of hard to put back on, and that would be due to this being a little too tight, or you can call it too open. So when the drum brake doesn't fit back on, you have to go back in and close up this screw just a little bit, and then once you get your drum brake on, then you'll know that it's good. So just like your normal rotor, like in the front, you kind of want to keep this surface here clean as you can, because this is what the brake hits on. So keep the outer ring clean. And we're gonna put this on. So this is where I was talking about when it's too tight or too open, the drum brake won't fit. And so this is where I realized that I had opened up that screw a little too much, and I am going to start loosening it up or closing it back down. As you can see right here, I start closing it up, and then just keep testing out the drum brake. Once it gets kind of fitted on there right, then you should be good to go. But I didn't get to finish recording putting the drum brake on, but at this point all you have to do is put the brake back on, and you're good to go from there. All right, now we're on the other side of the truck, and I'm gonna go ahead and get started with this and get her knocked out real quick. So let's see if we can get her off first. Alright, so now we can take this pad off. If we can get the get this pad off. Come on, baby. Woo. Got my finger pretty good. Now it's all on. Let's go get the tire. brake job front and back officially done. I'll go in and show y'all again. Back brakes, both sides, left and right, both done. And front, left and right, both done. So I know this video is kind of all over the place, but hopefully kind of help you out a little bit. Anyway, thank you for watching.